Man called Z.
Hello everybody, Z here. With Blizzcon coming up, I thought that I would give my ideas, my predictions on what's coming up, what's gonna be announced at Blizzcon 2023. So, let's get into it. So, I think on the RTS front, with Warcraft 3 Reforged and StarCraft 2, I don't believe we're going to see any announcements in regards to like any kind of updates for those games. I don't think we'll see a StarCraft 3 announcement. I would love to see it, but I don't think we'll see it. I don't think we'll see any kind of Warcraft 4. I really don't. It would be awesome, but not this year. Definitely not. Now, as far as Heroes of the Storm, I don't think we'll see much of that either. I don't think we'll see any Heroes of the Storm announcements. I just don't see it. Maybe next year, maybe. What with the Microsoft acquisition, maybe we'll see some kind of revival of Heroes of the Storm, maybe a reimagining. Perhaps adding some Microsoft characters. That would be kind of cool. See Master Chief with Thrall and all the other characters. Like that'd be pretty incredible. Like it'd be awesome to see. But yeah, maybe next year on that. I don't expect that this year. Now their new IP, I imagine they will probably announce something about Odyssey, I believe it's called. They will probably show it off at least a little. Probably not a lot of gameplay, maybe just announcement trailer of sorts, cinematic trailer, which will be cool in of itself. Really hyped to see what that's all about. Now, as far as the other games, for Hearthstone, I believe we'll see probably some more details about their new expansion, Into the Badlands, or Showdown in the Badlands, rather. I think we'll probably see some more details on that. Perhaps we will see a 2024 roadmap of sorts. I wouldn't be too surprised if they announced that they're going to be adding a new class next year, probably the Monk, because either the Monk or the Evoker. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to choose from there. But one of those two will probably be added next year, I imagine. Now, beyond that, I don't think they'll announce another expansion, given they just announced Showdown in the Badlands. But I guess it's always possible. But personally, I don't think they will. Now, as far as Overwatch 2 goes, I think they will probably announce their new tank hero. I believe Mag'har is who everybody thinks is going to be announced, but some kind of tank will probably be announced. I think they'll probably give some kind of 2024 roadmap as well. Maybe talk about the new season. It'll be pretty interesting, I think. They'll probably show off a new cinematic, like story cinematic, which will be pretty great. Usually are really high quality with their cinematics. Blizzard is, like, just in general, like they do great cinematics. But yeah, that's about. They may announce some new maps. I can't imagine they will announce too much story content. What with their current plans as far as that goes, I don't think we will see too much of that. But I would love to be surprised. I'd love to be surprised. I really wish they would do more story stuff. I was very disappointed when they announced that they weren't going to be doing as much. That was pretty much the only hype the majority of the hype I had for Overwatch 2 was for more story content. But I mean, it didn't pan out, so it's whatever. They still have their little story missions, and I hope they do more of those. That is cool. I wish they weren't like ones you had to buy, but I wish they were included with the base game, like free. Wish they were free. But Oh well. Yeah, we'll probably see quite a few Overwatch 2 announcements, probably some updates on Overwatch League of some sort, esports in general announcements. Yeah, expecting a decent amount of stuff for Overwatch 2. Now, as far as Diablo 4, I think we will see a new expansion announcement for Diablo 4, probably a new season announcement. I think in the new expansion they will probably have some new lands to explore, a new class perhaps, maybe the Witch Doctor, maybe something else. Really, there's a lot of ways they could go as far as classes. But yeah, Diablo 4 will probably have quite a few big announcements, I imagine. They're really pushing out the content for Diablo 4. Yeah, so that Diablo 4 will probably be some really hype stuff. The new cinematic for the new Diablo 4 expansion will probably be quite good, because yeah, the Diablo 4 announcement cinematic was freaking incredible. Very hyped for that. That'll be awesome. Just pure epicness. Like, just yeah, it's gonna be great. But yeah, expecting big things from Diablo 4. As far as the other Diablo games, I can't imagine they'll get too much. Diablo 3 and Diablo 2, I can't imagine they will. It would be cool to see. Be really cool to see. I think their main focus is on Diablo 4 for now. Diablo Immortal might get some kind of announcement, some kind of update, probably will. Yeah, that'll probably be it for Diablo. Now, as far as Warcraft Rumble, I think they are releasing that at BlizzCon, I believe. It's going to be available in the App Store and everything. So I imagine they will show off what their future plans are for that game. Some future content updates. Because that would make sense. If they're launching the game, they probably should announce some stuff about it. Probably will. But yeah, I'm very much expecting that for Warcraft Rumble. Now, as far as World of Warcraft, for World of Warcraft Classic, I'm expecting an announcement of Cataclysm Classic. Personally, I would prefer if they just skipped Cataclysm and just went straight to Mists of Pandaria Classic. But whatever. I mean, they're probably going to go ahead and do Cataclysm. They're just going to do them in order, I imagine. Personally, I'm not a big fan. I wasn't a big fan of Cataclysm way back when it was released. When I played it at launch, I really was not a fan. The Worgen were cool. Other than that, I just really didn't dig it. But they must, so they're going to. So yeah, I'm expecting that Cataclysm Classic. As far as Classic Plus, I'm expecting. I think they will probably try and reuse some content, like they might do the old Emerald Dream. They might do some just new islands or old islands that they had originally planned to do. Now, I do believe for World of Warcraft, the regular World of Warcraft, I believe we're going to see probably a new expansion announcement. It's probably a good idea. We will probably also see whatever plans they have for the rest of of Dragonflight, which who knows what that's actually going to entail. Whether we'll actually get a 0.3 patch or not. We may just get mini patches till the release of the next expansion. Who knows? I don't know. They may do a thing like they did at the end of Shadowlands, where they bring back all the old raids for like a greatest hits type thing, and maybe add a new mount reward or something. I don't know. But I'm not expecting too much left for Dragonflight. I think 10.2 is going to be probably the big finale. mean, I wish it wasn't. I wish it was longer, because I kind of dig Dragonflight, but at the same time, we kind of need some new content. Like, we need some new blood, some new characters to focus on, not just the dragons. We need to go back to some other characters, I think. Like Thrall. I think Thrall, surprise, surprise, he's only on the BlizzCon art. Surprise, surprise, I think Thrall will be featured in the next expansion announcement. I think he will be a very prominent character in the next expansion. I think the elements will have something to do with the next expansion. I think they will be a focus, what with all the elements waking up and all the primal incarnates and all that. I think that's directly tied to the next expansion. Whatever the hell Eridicron's up to, I think is going to be featured in the next expansion as well. I think we'll probably see some kind of dwarves in the next expansion, whether it's a landmass or it's like a remake, world revamp. I think we will see the dwarves will be featured. I think we will probably see Kaz Algar. More so because of data mining than anything else. They data mined the Heroic Edition mount for the next expansion, and it's called the Algarian Stormrider. So I'm pretty sure Kaz Algar will be featured next expansion. It's a big surprise there, but now as far as whether we're gonna get like a revamp or a new landmass, I think it'll be some of both. I think they will be updating some assets in the old world like they usually do every expansion. Now, whether those assets will be humanoid or actually something like just building assets updated, I think we will at the very least see that. As far as like new quests and content in the old world, I think they will continue to add new content in the old world. It may only be stuff like dragon riding races, but I think that will definitely continue. I think they're going to keep trying to use the old world because it's just really easy for them to do. It's like there's some easy content they can add in the old world, like the Heritage Armor quests. Those are great old world content. Like, people love those. Those are incredible. So I think we'll see that. I think we'll see some small content announced for the old world. Perhaps, I really hope there's a lot more in the old world. I wish they would remake a lot of it. I wish they would redo a lot of it. I wish I wish I could ride my flying mounts in Quel'Thalas and fly around. I wish I could, but I cannot. I wish they would make that happen. I don't think they will, though. It's been so long. I don't think they will. Now, I do think the next expansion will feature a lot of dragon riding, dynamic flying type thing. I think we will see the next evolution of that, perhaps, like maybe an underwater version of that, where it's like makes the underwater mounts sort of do the same thing, but just underwater. I think that could be pretty cool. Will we have a whole underwater zone? Probably not, but I could see it. I mean, I could see some underwater portions anyway in the new zones, for sure. Now, as far as the next expansion, like I think they will probably have a new playable race. I don't think they'll have a new class. I think it's too soon for a new class, but a new race, I think they could probably manage that. I would personally, of course, love to see playable Murlocs. That's probably not going to happen, but I would love to see it. I would lose my freaking mind if I saw that. Like, I would not... Oh, if they announce that next week, oh my god, I will lose my freaking mind. I will just lose it. I probably won't even be saying anything coherent at all. I will just be an incoherent mess. Probably will be crying. It's gonna be like, if they announce that, it's over. It's game over for me. Like, that's all I really want. but they probably won't. They will probably announce some sort of other race, maybe ogres, maybe like an allied race type thing, which it's just like reusing the old skeleton for a new race. I don't know. There's a number of them they could do. Maybe a new type of dwarf, perhaps. What with Khazalgar probably going to be featured in the next expansion. As far as new specializations, I think we will see perhaps some new like melee support spec at the very least. I personally hope we see a shaman tank spec. I really would love to see it. I do not want a shaman support spec. If that happens, I will lose my freaking mind. In the other sentence, I will be so mad, so very, very angry. I do not want a shaman support spec, especially not one before a tank. I would rather have the tank first, then support as a 5th spec. I do not want a support spec as the 4th shaman spec. That would be terrible. That would be the worst decision they could possibly ever make, I think. Now, that is my opinion. But, yeah. So, I think we will see a melee support spec, though. That would... Now, which class will get it? I don't know. I think Rogue would be a pretty good option for that, for melee support. Personally, I think that would be a really good fit for them. It could also be Monk for melee support, with like base it off of like GG and stuff, but like it's melee support or something. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, I could definitely see a melee support spec being added, given that the evoker spec is ranged support. I think we may also see perhaps a tank support. That might be a thing, where you buff the tanks up. But then again, that could also be served through melee support as well. So it may just be melee support. But as far as other specs for other classes, I would love to see it. I would always love to see new specs for other classes. Not necessarily support, just in general. I would love to see it. Like, I think it's a shame that druids are the only class in the game with 4 specs. I think there's a lot of potential for classes to get more roles. I think it'd be really, really cool. But I'm not expecting a whole bunch of specs, because that will be like a balancing nightmare. It would be more or less adding a new class, but without adding a new class. I think we'll see a couple, but not a whole lot. Much like with Dragonflight, we got the new Evoker spec like midway through the expansion. So I think they could do that again. I don't think they want to, but they could. I think we will probably know if we're getting a new spec from the get-go this time. I think we will. But yeah, so those are the features, I think, features and characters and stuff I think we're going to see in the next expansion. As far as what the next expansion will be, I'm really hoping it's not avaloren. I really hope. I know all the streamers and the content creators and the community has been talking about avaloren, and it's been mentioned in a little book on the Forbidden Reach or whatever, Voldemort or whatever. I really don't want to see avaloren. I think that would be way too on the nose, way too obvious. Maybe the expansion after we get avaloren, but not this next expansion. That's way too obvious. Like, even the Dragon Isles, we didn't get the Dragon Isles like right after we found out about the Dragon Isles again. Like, as soon as we like had that whole Wrathion thing with like where Wrathion's looking for the Dragon Isles, we had Shadowlands after that. We did not have Dragon Isles right after we found out about it. I think that's way too obvious. I don't think Blizzard's ever been really that obvious. So I really hope it's not avaloren. I think that's way too easy. That would be it's way too obvious. I think if they really want to blow people away, it should be literally anything else. Literally anything else than avaloren. I also think that doing another continent exploration in Azeroth may not be the best option. I mean, I know they like that, or they may like that idea, and exploring Azeroth is a good idea, but I mean, like, just a new continent, I think maybe some new, some old might be the best approach. Like, some new zones, some revamped zones might be the best approach. I don't know for sure, but I really just don't want to see avaloren. I really don't. As likely as it may be, as obvious as it may seem, I really don't think that would be the best play for them. But yeah. I personally hope it's some kind of thrill ride, kind of like what I'm personally hoping for is some kind of like just wacky adventure with, like, story-wise, a wacky adventure with Thrall, maybe something like Blizzard's version of like Thor Ragnarok. I think would be pretty fucking incredible. Like just like this romp, just like this romp through, like, just Thrall, just like he's out of his element. He's barely got his shaman powers back, and he's trying to just like survive. And he doesn't have his hammer. He's just kind of, you know, like just out there, like just going on adventures. Maybe it's a new planet, maybe it's a new like something, but like not avaloren. Literally anything else, just not avaloren. Please, for love of God, please, no avaloren, please. I don't think that's the play. I really don't think that's the play. But anyway, like Thrall just like going through, and maybe we're fighting void creatures with Thrall. Maybe we're fighting like I don't know, like light creatures even. Maybe Urel's invaded. I don't know. I mean, maybe Urel's back. Maybe we're fighting the light instead of the void, or maybe we're fighting the Legion again. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Or life forces. Any of the cosmic forces would be fine. It could even be just elementals that we're fighting, like evil elementals. That's fine. That works. But I think it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to see what Thrall's gonna do now that he doesn't have his hammer and his elemental connection isn't as strong as it used to be. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Like just see like just having to adventure with him, and he's not like this all-powerful person he used to be. Like he's just Thrall. Like he's one of the guys. He's one of the champions, like you. He's just the champion of Azeroth, like you are. And you guys gotta band together and like fight through it. I think that'd be pretty cool. It doesn't even really matter what the setting is. Just please not avaloren. And if they manage to throw in shaman tanks or like Murloc, playable Murlocs in there too, I wouldn't hate it. I would really love it. That would be incredible. That would be probably the best possible expansion they could do, in my mind. But that's just me. Those are my ideas. Those are my theories of what we're gonna see at BlizzCon. Drop yours in the comments. What expansion you think we're gonna get? Tell me what do you think? What do you think? Are we gonna see some big surprise? Are they gonna do like a Warcraft Netflix show or whatever? Like, what do you think is gonna be the biggest surprise of BlizzCon? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all next week. Be sure to like and subscribe, because I will see you all next week. I'm going to do a BlizzCon reaction video. I'm going to react to the opening ceremony, much like I did previously, my previous video. I hope you all can tune in for that, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week.